If I were to show you a tarot card right now, perhaps the Grim Death card or the dramatic lightning bolt striking the Tower card, what would you assume it was used for? Most people immediately think of fortune telling, crystal balls, and a psychic hotline. We view tarot as a tool wrapped tightly in the supernatural. However, the true history of these cards is far more interesting. Today, we are going to look at the three distinct lives of the tarot deck. We will explore how it began as an innocent 15th century card game, how a wave of 18th century French occultism completely rewrote its meaning, and finally, how modern psychologists and therapists use it today, not to predict the future, but to understand the human mind. To understand tarot, we have to travel back to northern Italy in the 1440s. At this time, the cards had absolutely nothing to do with magic. Instead, they were created as a luxury trick-taking parlor game by wealthy elites. The original decks were called tarocchi, which translates directly to triumph or trumps. Wealthy noble families commissioned famous artists to hand paint these cards with gold leaf. The images did not contain hidden mystical codes. Instead, they drew from standard Renaissance culture depicting Christian virtues, zodiac signs, and political figures. It was a game of skill and status, much like modern bridge, played at wealthy aristocratic parties for over 3 centuries. So, how did the Renaissance parlor game become the ultimate symbol of the occult? The shift happened rapidly in the 18th century. The cards remained entirely secular until 1781. In that year, a French clergyman and occultist looked at a tarot deck and came up with a massive fabricated theory. Without a shred of historical evidence, they claimed that tarot was actually a secret, lost book of Egyptian wisdom, intentionally disguised as a card game to survive the ages. Even though history later proved this entirely false, the myth caught fire. Within a few decades, mystics began redesigning the cards, embedding them with astrological symbols, and transforming a simple parlor game into a global tool for fortune telling and divination. This brings us to the 20th and 21st centuries, where tarot underwent its most recent transformation, a shift from the mystical to the psychological. This bridge was largely built by famous Swiss psychoanalyst Carl Jung. Jung viewed the tarot as a powerful visual map of what he called the collective unconscious. He realized that characters like the Emperor, the Fool, or the Hermit are universal human archetypes that exist naturally across cultures. Because of this psychological perspective, tarot has quietly entered modern medical spaces. Contemporary therapists are now using tarot cards as an active tool. Therapists do not use them to predict if you'll get a promotion or if you'll find love. Instead, they use them similarly to an ink blot test. The cards act as a visual mirror, allowing patients who are struggling to express their emotions to project their thoughts onto the images, breaking the ice and bypassing their conscious defenses. In conclusion, the story of tarot is not a story of magic, but of human projection. It began in the 1400s as a high society card game, was radically rebranded in the 1700s by French mystics, and is utilized today as a tool for mental health and self-reflection. Next time you see a tarot card, you don't need to look at it with superstition. Instead, look at it for what it truly is, a centuries-old canvas that humans have continually used to map, decode, and understand the deep complexities of our mind.